Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I've got an event coming up in my area that I wanted you guys to be aware of and to mark your calendars for. Make travel plans for the 23rd and 24th of March in 2024 for the Sioux Falls area model train show and swap meet. This show is put on by the Dakota Southeastern Division of the NMRA. This show is in its 9th year annually, and it's the one downtown at the Coliseum on the Minnehaha County campus. It's a good little show. I've very much enjoyed it since it began 9 years ago, and I really enjoy the chance to catch up with old friends and see the swap meet tables as well as the trains operating and on display. So wonderful show and a family-friendly event. Lots of kids down there, lots of families, and lots of model railroaders. Please check out my coverage of both the DSED train show in the spring and the fall train show from SVMES from 2023 in the links below. So I wanted to show you a couple of things that I got from the Sioux Valley show last November, because I haven't done this yet and I wanted to talk about these things, these projects, a little bit as we walk through. And so I'll just give you an example. These things are pretty hard to come by these days. And when you can come by them, they're expensive. These are 40-foot ocean-going containers, shipping containers. I got 4 pair of these. These were secondhand from an estate that I purchased, and 7 of these are the evergreen trailers, in which I've heard or been told and basically see pictures of. These things were everywhere in the 1980s and 1990s. I plan to have these help fill out my intermodal program when I finally get that going. Then I got a pair, and I've been looking for a couple of reefer trailers for a very long time, and specifically, and I know these don't fit my era, but these are A-line utility reefer trailers, kits for those, and I've been looking for a pair of undecorateds for these for a long time. I've been looking at trucks and stuff and things like that, but just haven't been finding anything at a decent price. I've got a project in mind for these. I've got decals for them, something I may show you later, and something that's pretty unique to this area. And again, these don't necessarily fit my era, but they certainly fit my geography. So I'm going to get these decorated and put out on the layout at some point. Then a pair of Catos that I bought from separate vendors. First of all, Tim Smith and I saw this engine in person when it was still decorated like this. The Vomit Bonnet, the BNSF, what is that again? 9647. We saw this in Sioux City one time. Operations manager Tim and I were out rail fanning one Saturday morning, and we saw this engine. This model needs a bit of work, and you guys have seen my Grinstein Green units before. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do with this unit, whether this is going to be end up being a repaint or if I'll leave it like this. But these things are quite a little collectible now, and if you've ever seen them go on eBay, they go for quite a little. This one does need a little bit of work, though. I need a side frame for the power truck on the rear. My buddy, brother Eric, tells me that he's got a parts locomotive which would supply that particular part, but this thing will not run unless I have that side frame. So we'll get that done at some point in the future. You'll probably see this engine around either in the Vomit Bonnet scheme or something else. Then I've yet to decide what to do with this. This is another Cato, an SD40-2, a Milwaukee, and there are better models of what this is supposed to be now, aesthetically anyway, much more accurate, but you know what, there's not many of them that are going to run better than this. I'm still undecided as to what I'm going to do with this, whether I'm going to upgrade it and make it work for a Milwaukee unit. I'm kind of inclined to do that because it certainly fits my era and my geography here on the Black Hills and Eastern Model Railroad, but I do not know. One thing that does bother me about this is the fuel tank. Probably the biggest thing here is the fuel tank is incorrect. These Milwaukee units all had much smaller fuel tank than is depicted on this model. We could get another chassis that would suffice for being that smaller fuel tank, but I don't know if I want to put that much work. It might just end up being a complete repaint as well. So that's my train show haul from last November. I hope to have something similar. I've got a long shopping list, but I don't know if I'll find everything or anything on that list. There's a couple of things that I'm not likely to find at a train show, but we'll talk about that maybe at some point later. So do not forget the Greater Sioux Falls Area Model Train Show, March 23rd, 24th, beautiful downtown Sioux Falls, South Dakota. We'll see you there.